job, if you got the right tools for the job, that's the right tool for this job. We've got a farm here that's literally so thick the deer can't walk through it, if you can believe that. We can't walk through it. There's no deer sign on it, and I'm gonna come in here and try and open some areas up, get rid of some cover. Believe it or not, that's something you never hear Terry or I say, but we're gonna reduce the cover. End of a long day. We've been walking, finding, scouting, clearing. This is going to be a huge food plot right here someday. I look forward to the first day we sit here and watch a deer walk out in a beans or biologic field. Already next season starts. End of Whitetail Madness, and we're starting already for next year's Whitetail Madness. This is going to be a nice food plot right here. The season has ended.
In 1889, the king of the spring, a hunting dynasty began, and the world of hunting would never be the same. In 1993, monster bucks is unleashed, and a legendary team was born. The monster whitetails of the Midwest were attacked with a vengeance. 1992's Elk Madness, the bugle sounds proudly, and elk was added to the hit list. In 1997's Dream Season, the boys in camo are back and dreams become reality. Also in 97, Whitetail Madness emerges and spreads like wildfire. The journal entries are plentiful. In 2001's 100% Wild Series, the Drury crew answers the call of the wild big time. Information's our game. In 2002's Big Game, big hunts, big country, and the biggest adventures ever seen on video. In 2004, Dream Season Television explodes onto the scene, changing outdoor television forever. 2006, Predator Madness. The predators of the wild finally met their match. And now, 2009, 20 years in the making. The past, the present, the future, the legacy is now. Whitetail Madness 12, our 20th year Platinum Edition.
Going shed hunting. It is Easter eggs for adults. A needle in a haystack. We'll see how many needles we can pull out this year.
461.
We're going shed hunting.
Oh yeah?
You ever go shed hunting?
No.
It's
You
fun.
gonna videotape it too?
Yeah. Lady at Burger King doesn't shed hunt. What's wrong? What's wrong with people? She doesn't even know what we're talking about. But that's okay, we do. It's time for the annual shed hunt. We can't wait. Can't wait to get up there and see everybody.
Hey, man.
How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good.
Hey, now. How you?
Contact, mister.
Hi, mister.
What are you doing,
How you doing? So the shed hunt starts. Here we are. These are the dedicated shed hunters. These are the guys that get here early before the shed hunt even starts, so we had to sneak out and get after it a little bit. Shed Hunt 08. Breakfast of Champions for the shed dogs.
Your ears must have been burning because I was bad mouthing you bad.
Me? Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Why?
I was like, Mark ain't here, I need a biscuit.
Here's my biscuits.
Gotta get rid of this here, right here.
Shed time.
Shed monster rising star is what we'll call it.
This looks like a motley crew right here.
I'm feeling kind of cocky. Let's go get them. Hey, Terry, glass right over there. Is that a shed? No, it's an old rubber tire. Shed
Highway. March Madness.
March
Drury
Madness,
Outdoors.
baby.
Yesterday during the shed hunt, we discovered 2 bucks locked together, and I've contacted the conservation department, one of the Missouri agents, and they've given us the go-ahead to go back in here and move the carcass and the and/or head. It's not exactly the way you want to see a magnificent deer like that one with a lot of potential in their life, but it's going to happen. That's just really the cycle of nature at work. Picket fence just so happened to be one of the deer that I was really enthralled with. He had a 7x side, and you know, I found his shed last year, and then discovering the deer this year just wasn't what we were hoping for. We were hoping that he'd blow into an absolute giant, but just didn't happen with this one.
Now the season begins. It's July the 16th. It's 90 degrees, 95, a little bit warm, but it always is this time of year. But we don't care because we're going to put trail monitoring cameras out and get those first glimpses of those deer we're going to dream about all summer. It's a little lower than I like, but this was a big scrape last season. We found it late in the year. I'm just going to put the camera there and see what happens. Another camera out here. This field, I think, is going to be magic. When we discovered the spot just out walking during the winter, found some trails in the snow, looked at the way the toe of this hill came in, and it looked like a perfect place for a beautiful food plot. We nicknamed this field Lucky Horseshoe because it's in the shape of a horseshoe. And then this spring came in with Mike McFerrin, first time literally we ever hunted here, had one of the most beautiful turkey hunts ever, and it lived up to its name. We'll find out if it lives up to its name this fall. This place should rock and roll. Yeah, this field's looking good. By fall, this will be a beautiful, lush clover field. It can work, and hopefully by October, there's a big giant buck out in it. When this thing greens up and it's all finished, we're gonna put some trail monitoring cameras on it and try and show you exactly what kind of usage these Clover Plus fields get.
Well, here we are. We're out running cameras or checking the Reconyx cameras, changing flash cards, you know, and it's August the 9th today. You know, it's fairly mild for this time of year. It's hot, but yet it's milder than it has been. So, you know, a few deer are on their feet. This middle of the day, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. You know, we waited till the heat of the day so we didn't disturb too much. Luck would have it, a little deer come running out of the woods, and horseflies are just driving them nuts. That and the green flies. You talk about stress on a deer herd. That's one of the things that not too many people ever talk about, but they have to combat that all summer long, where they're constantly trying to get away from those flies. And the flies are relentless. They just won't let them alone. You know, on a lot of the trail camera photos that we have, you see, you know, their faces covered or their ears covered with flies, and it's just part of it. But we're gonna go from camera to camera, continue changing flash cards and see what we can see on the computer. We'll get back in this evening and load them up. It's a lot of fun. It's like Christmas in July and August, and we just enjoy doing it. When I interchange flash cards, I try to keep 2 flash cards for each camera, and I make sure I've got them labeled. That's camera 08 number 1A, and I just installed 08 number 1B, but I try and keep the same flash cards with the same cameras, and I don't mix them up. And I think you have better results that way. And you gotta check and make sure your regulations with your DNR, that it's okay to put out a mineral or a corn or whatever you so decide, wheat or whatever. But in Missouri here, it is legal to go ahead and do that, and that's how you get so many pictures. We've got a mineral block out to use with the camera, in conjunction with the camera. So we've got them about 6 to 8 feet here, so that whenever they pick their heads up, you know, they're in full view and you can see a good look of their rack or whatever. We literally spend the entire summer monitoring these deer. You know, Mark and I are more than just enthusiasts when it comes to using the trail cameras. We've been using the Reconyx cameras all summer long, gathering as many pictures as we possibly can.
It's fun checking cameras, but it's a lot of work too. But the fun part is going back and looking at all the pictures, and thus far the results have been unbelievable. So I thought I'd give you a little tour of the farm and also take you to a few hot spots that we're going to revisit here in about a month. I'm always giddy with anticipation for the first hunt of the year. There's always a certain amount of preparation you have to go. And when it's the first trip of the year, man, undoubtedly you're gonna pack way too much. The season starts. It is August the 31st. I am headed for the airport, heading to Hewlett, Wyoming, going on the first hunt of the year, out there with Rick and Julie Kreuter of RK Outfitters, and I cannot wait. Wyoming, here we come. Landed safely in Rapid City, heading now to Hewlett, Wyoming. I've got about a 2-hour drive in front of me. I can't wait. Landed the same time this big cold front's coming through. How do you get so lucky to go on a 3-day hunt and hit a major cold front September the 1st? We'll see if it makes the deer move, but if I'm betting on old Rick, my guess is we're gonna be in the chips. Should be a fun hunt.
Okay, here's the plan. Mark's in camp, he's up to bat first, but I'm taking my bow along as well, because out here you just might have a chance to double.
Well, here we go. It all starts right now. The opening day is today. Foggy this morning. Really didn't turn the camera on. No deer. We get in this evening. The rains have started to slow down, which is just perfect. And there's already a buck coming down the gap that Rick's been watching. He's not a shooter, but that's right where Rick wants him to come from, so we're in the catbird seat, or the catbird blind, if you will. I couldn't be more excited to be in Wyoming. I am pumped. One of your shooters is out back here, Rick. What a great start to the bow season in OA. What a beautiful sight, all those velvet bucks coming down the fence row. This is just an absolute dream. Great, great start. Our evening's about over, but what a great start. Day 2 here in Wyoming. The front has passed. Beautiful day. Took a little tour through town, saw all the sights that Hewlett has to offer. Went up here to the golf club at Devil's Tower, looked at the unbelievable view. I mean, what a gorgeous, gorgeous place to deer hunt. One of the prettiest I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely breathtaking. I don't know how you could have a better hunt than to come west, see the sights you see, and then on top of that, the deer that you see. Hopefully, we'll have one within range tonight. Saw a lot of deer last night. The weather's right, they're gonna move. We'll see what happens tonight. I feel good if Rick can make up his mind. Hey Rick, what stand we going to?
We're going to go to the stand that's got the most deer coming by it.
Which one's that?
Tree. Going to the tree, everybody.
Not exactly the news I wanted to hear on the first hunt of the year. A buddy of mine, a neighbor of mine in Missouri, has found 3 dead deer in the just this past weekend, Labor Day weekend. So this EHD and all these different diseases that are running through our whitetail herd, you know, if we don't control them, Mother Nature will, and we try our best to control them, but in the big scheme of things, we're just, we're really not that effective, frankly. Set. Really excited to see what happens. See you in the tree. Awesome setup. All I see is alfalfa behind us. An upwind. Nothing but brush. That's a good feeling when you're out west. We're at the water drop stand and I couldn't be more happy to be there. Ought to be a great, great evening. what a spot, Rick Kreuter. Thank you so much, buddy. I don't even believe it. What time is it? I don't think I've ever shot a deer in the afternoon this early. I hit him high because I had to get up over that limb we talked about early. But nonetheless, he's down. My Wyoming hunt just ended. Unbelievable, just unbelievable. I can't be more excited. I just got a text from Taylor. It says, "Good luck, I will be waiting for the text saying how there is an unlucky big animal laying on the grounds of Wyoming." That's pretty cool right there. That's pretty cool. I take her with me wherever I go, whether we're hunting together or not. We're gonna go get this deer and actually pull him out of the way. Try and double. It's like we're turkey hunters. Let's go take a look at him. How cool is that? A beautiful velvet Wyoming deer. I didn't make the best of shot, hit him a little bit high. Last night's movement in the rain was unbelievable. Cold front came through. The high today was 55 with a northwest wind, so you know what's gonna happen. This is what happened. We're sitting there, we're down here doing the hero. It's only 10 after 6. We're gonna climb this tree again and see if Rick can have luck. But if not, I wanna say thank you to Rick and Julie. What an unbelievable hunt, what an experience out here in Wyoming. And I could not be happier. My biggest velvet buck, the second one I've ever taken. Look at that frame. Just a beautiful, beautiful Wyoming buck. I could not be happier. Thank you, Rick, thank you, Julie. What a great, great way to start the season here in Wyoming. Awesome. Now, we are going to take this guy, store him under the tree in some brush, enjoy him more later, but we've got 2 hours of daylight, and Rick's got a tag and his bow in the tree. We're going back up, and we're gonna see if we can get another drink out of this well. Hey, that's one down. We got one more to go. This is perfect. Our luck is in our favor. All of a sudden, we hear movement behind us in the brush. Oh, unbelievable. Where did they come from? They're enamored with my dead deer at the base of our tree. They're not leaving. Well, we had high hopes. The sun is falling behind the hill back there, just about out of shooting light. You know, that's hunting. You never know what's gonna happen.
We're either going to go after a mule deer for Julie this afternoon or a whitetail for me. And we think it may be in the cards to go try to hunt one of the whitetails that Mark was on earlier. And in the end, Rick gets to hunt.
He always gets to hunt first.
Mark and I just were working our way up this oak bottom where we saw the deer coming out on this point the other night. We came around this corner looking at trees, and we happened to look up, and there's 4 big shooters up here, not but 100 yards away from where we're setting this stand. I just asked Mark, are we gonna hunt on the ground or are we getting in the tree? He said, let's get in the tree, so we're rolling. So excited. They're right here, so it's gotta be real sneaky. Hang the set, get out of there, back to camp, quick wardrobe change. We're back up that tree. Unbelievable. Front's coming, wind switches, it's totally wrong. Now the wind's just doing everything but the right thing. And rather than boogering these deer, we're gonna cut out of here. The front's headed in now. Where'd this rain come from? We had no idea it was even in the forecast. We're gonna try and outrun the storm. Yeah, right. We go to a hole that Rick's got set up. We're sitting in the hole, boom, here comes the rain. Let's get out of here, man. It's going from bad to worse. The old adage, whoa. The old adage in Wyoming, wait 5 minutes and the weather's going to change. I think it's done that. That's just about how this day's going. You know, Mark just had a good point. He said, it's all kinds of time left. Let's not force the issue. Let's bail. That's a good call. A lot of different reasons. We got out just in the nick of time. The rains came down. Hey, that's the way it goes. That's deer hunting. Just about the time you think you're about to shoot an animal, Mother Nature teaches you who's really the boss. Hey, but you can bet yourself we ain't giving up. As soon as I get another south wind, you know where I'm at. Back to the same tree.
Mark left back for home. Julie's back in Nebraska taking care of some office stuff. I don't have a cameraman. I decided to give my dad a buzz, see if he could jump in there and help me get a crack at one of these big Wyoming bucks.
I sure knew you were in a jam, and you didn't have any camera people around. I didn't really know if I could help you out much. I felt pretty inadequate. I couldn't keep up with the dogs without running really fast, and there was a lot of buttons on there I had to start pushing, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I was pretty scared.
Yeah, he's a shooter. That's the same deer that Julie had an encounter with here last year. Go ahead. Stay on the buck. And just be careful because there's a mature doe looking right at us. Good. Okay, just came out to the left. Way to the left. Out. He's been here, I don't know how long, a long time. It's the same buck that Julie had an encounter with right here last year. We're going to try to pick up the blood trail. Looks like there's another storm coming in. What an awesome afternoon.
A little bit of blood here. Hey, I see a little bit of velvet sticking up right here on this little ridge. The rains are coming. What a hunt. My first velvet buck ever up here in my home state where I grew up chasing them. Had my dad with me on camera there. What a hunt. I'm telling you, the storm is fixing to set in. What an awesome day.
Well, it's September 10th. It's the 5th day of Kentucky season. We've got 3 or 4 fresh rubs around us. We know these bucks are just out of velvet. We're hoping one of them shows up this afternoon. Stay with us. It should be a good afternoon. Gorgeous buck. I don't know he's gonna be 155, 160. So I rattled a few times. He might come this way, but he just didn't want to. I didn't want to overdo it. So looked like 2 does come out and fed with him, but they may come this way. But I think he's gonna calm down. So we'll move on him tomorrow, the next day.
Breakfast of champions right here. Got 1 or 2 deer in mind this evening. Splits. He's got forks on both G2s. And another one, I call him Flyers because he's got 2 little flyers off of his left G2 and 1 flyer off the other G2. Delicious. Come on, cool.
This wind is absolutely perfect. I've got about 5 or 6 sets, really, really good sets, and I mean some of the best, for northeast winds, because it's one of those winds you rarely get. And that's what we got here this evening. Look how this biologic is doing. You know, the destination feed field is out here. All the hidey little plots are back there, and we're hunting on that end, and we'll let them come on past us and try and get to the destination. Normally they walk down this road. We'll see what happens.
Like any other September evening, it starts off a little slow. You see a few does and a couple 1.5-year-old bucks and some smaller deer. And then what would happen to pop out, but this little doe comes squirting through, and then all of a sudden I look up and I see this big wall of antlers coming out from behind the brush.
to stop 100%. It was still rolling forward, and I was trying. I was actually doing it pretty loud. I mean, on the verge of maybe spooking him. And I should have let him, and I didn't. And I hit him way, way back. Wasn't anywhere close to where I was aiming. Well, it ended up right where the arrow was good up and down. It was just terrible left and right. But I should have let him, and he rolled forward. Terrible, absolutely horrendous. And the only possible way of recovering that deer is if I cut that artery, that main artery that runs down. Start that the front goes all the way to the back and then comes down their leg. But if I didn't cut it, chances of recovering that animal are pretty slim. We will more than likely let him lay tonight, even though the temperatures are pretty warm. It's not cool, not like what we would like. I'm so sick. I'll tell you what, it would almost make you want to quit hunting. That's the worst shot I think I've ever made. And I've made a lot of bad ones, trust me.
Okay, appreciate it. See you in a while. Bye. That was Brother Mark. I just got off the phone. We watched the footage, and I'm still not happy with the shot. I've made some bad shots, but that's the worst one I think I've ever made. And I just talked to Mark, got off the phone with him. He was heading to a sales call and changed his mind, changed his direction. He's turned and he's coming this way. It'll be a couple hours till he gets here, but I am tickled to death that he's coming up because he's got better eyeballs than I do. We're gonna be looking for blood tomorrow morning.
This literally has been one of those hands and knee type track jobs. You know, with my eyes, which are bad, I'm having really, really tough time seeing blood. We let him lay overnight. It was a terrible hit on my part, one of the worst I've ever made. And yet, after watching and reviewing the footage, it looked like it got into him. You know, I thought the fletching buried the arrow almost to the fletching. So if we find him, it's attributable to number one, a fast bow, and number two, the rage broadhead. If we don't find him, it's just another one to chalk up to experience. Terrible, terrible judgment call. I can smell bile like sewer. I've been catching hints of that. I don't know, once in a while you get lucky. Well, I'm just down, it just drips ever so slightly, but I keep catching whiffs. Look here, look, right here. Where? Yeah! What a big giant. For anyone that's ever followed our video series of television shows knows that I've had my problems throughout time with these big deer. But every once in a while, life is full of highs and lows, and I'm on an absolute all-time high right now because I put an errant shot, a terrible shot on this particular animal. Bad judgment call. You know, when you get a big deer in on you and you're flustered trying to get him to stop, he wouldn't stop. I punched the trigger anyway, hit him way back, but the combination of a rage broadhead and a fast shooting PSE was the only reason that I recovered this animal. That deadly combination just got in the back of his ham, and it exited actually almost halfway in his body here. He was quartering away enough that the arrow poked through the other side here and right about midways. It was a long and arduous track job, one of those where we were just finding speck, so I'm assuming that internally there's a lot of blood inside here. I know he smells and literally followed my nose, if you can believe that. But we could smell him just coming down the hill here, and he is an absolute giant. You know, and there's always a decision-making process that you go through. We have the luxury to review the footage over and over on video, and with that particular hit, there was no question that I was gonna wait overnight and try and recover him this morning, and that's exactly what we did. He really didn't go. I can almost see the tree stand, if you can believe that, but he made kind of a loop and went probably 150 to 160 yards, something like that. But as luck would have it, found him right here where he was laying in his bed. Just happened to get extremely lucky. Yes! What character this particular buck has, he's got stickers all over. I nicknamed this deer Flyers because I had so many photos, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 flyers that are just kind of abnormal points. And his mass is just incredible. It runs all the way throughout. And he's just a phenomenal deer, gonna make a beautiful mount. Can't wait to take him to a taxidermist and get him hung on a wall. This is a beautiful, beautiful deer. I'm extremely, extremely lucky to recover this animal.
But when I got to Ladysmith, everything was the same. I was pretty fired up getting a call from Bill Rand. Bill's a great guy. He hosts a hunt up at his property in Ladysmith, Wisconsin, up in Russ County. And he brings in these youth with life-threatening illnesses. And every year, for 4 years now, him along with the SHOT program, they put on a great hunt. Bunch of guys from the local bear hunting club there. They formed a group called SHOT, Safe Hunters of Tomorrow. Jeremy with the DNR, he was helping out. And we just have a blast. Getting around these young kids and getting out hunting. Nothing better than to start my year out this year with Cody and Zach. I mean, a couple great gentlemen. Catch a Dream is right there, backing everything. It's just a wonderful time.
That's right on then, huh?
You're right on the money. The bear you're gonna shoot's gonna be a lot bigger than that.
I hope so.
Well, the first night out, I went out with Zach and we set up a Maristep blind overlooking a nice biologic food plot.
Zach, I think you hit him good. Me too, I can't wait to go get him. Give me 5, buddy. Nice shot. BBD, buddy. BBD. Bear down. What do you think, Dad? That's great. You're absolutely fantastic. We got Jeremy back here. Game on. Game on. Game on. One animal down. Absolutely. Good job.
Hey, here we go.
Nice job, Zach.
Nice job, Zachary.
You hit him good, Zach.
So how many of your friends back in Alabama can say that they've been bear hunting before?
None.
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 It's a good program, that Safe Hunters of Tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. They made all this possible. And Catch a Dream.
Yep.
Wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for them.
Well, the next hunt was Cody's turn. We were going to hunt that second evening. And so what we did was we set up an Ameristep blind in the same spot that Michaela had taken a big black bear last year. And sure enough, we had deer moving into the field. Everything was looking good.
We're out here on Rand's Range. I've just been fortunate enough to be able to come on this trip and Catch a Dream organization has allowed me to come out here and go hunt in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. Cody, I think things are looking pretty good for you. Yes, so far. Anytime, Cody, anytime.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot, Cody. Nice shot.
Nice job, Cody. Hey, Cody, Michaela's gonna be proud of you. Man, it's just been a blast. Catch a Dream. Thank you, Catch a Dream, for bringing me on this trip. Safe Hunters of Tomorrow. Couldn't have done it without all y'all. Man, just thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Cody was just a happy young guy. He had his 2 deer down and now he had a black bear down. Zach was a happy hunter. He accomplished the same thing as Cody. We had 6 animals down in just 3 days of hunting. Hats off to all the people with the SHOT program, Jeremy with the DNR. Thanks to Catch a Dream and thanks to Bill Rand. And if you ever get a chance to go to northern Wisconsin, check out Bill Rand's in Ladysmith. He's the kind of guy you like to hunt with.
I tell you, my heart just swells up when I see people like you. Y'all excuse me. When I see people like Bill do the kind of things that he does. He's young and will continue to do so. It just makes me know that life is good, that it's worth living, and that there are special people in this world. You guys, I want y'all to present this to Bill. He's the one that made this trip possible for y'all, and I want y'all in the picture with it. And that's part of your work, is to present him with that flag. Thank you, Rick.
There you go. Come on in, Cody.
Well, we've seen a bunch of buzzards right here. A lot of our neighbors are starting to find deer that have died because of EHD. They almost always die right at water, if not at the water, in the water, or just up on the bank. So we smell something right in here. We need to check it out. Fearing the worst, seen one of our shooter bucks. He's about a 6.5-year-old buck we know too good. We know he hasn't been dead, but 3 or 4 days. But EHD shows no mercy. All we can do is pray to Mother Nature that a frost will hit us soon and get rid of all these flies. Devastating. It's just terrible.
You know, when I was in Wyoming, I got a call I didn't want to receive. As the signs started to pop up, I started to get more and more confirmation that I really didn't want to hear.
EHD has struck. EHD, epizootic hemorrhagic disease, sometimes referred to and mistaken as blue tongue in whitetails, which it's not. It's a different virus, but if it infects a herd, it can have disastrous effects. The mode of transmission of EHD in nature is via biting fly. Deer initially lose their appetite, fear of man, grow progressively weaker, they often salivate excessively, develop a rapid pulse and respiratory rate. Finally, they become unconscious and die. The disease is named for what it does, and it causes hemorrhaging, both internal and external. And as they lose that blood volume, they have to seek out water sources to try to replenish the blood volume that they're losing, which is why you often find them in and around water sources after they expire. It's inconclusive, but in all probability, the virus does not affect humans. However, most departments of conservation and departments of natural resource recommend against eating a deer that has been known to die due to EHD. 2 years ago, reports were rampant all across Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio. Well, this year, it did affect Missouri, Illinois, and parts of Iowa. The only thing that we know of that stops its spread is a frost that occurs every year. The frost kills the biting fly or midge that transmits the virus and thus stops the outbreak for the year.
Well, we're off. We're going to hunt the big rock buck. This is a buck I've been chasing all season. Probably hunt him once a week, but I'm really excited about today's set.
All right, it's our first time in to hunt this set. Jason and I come in and hung this set about a week ago. The deer are absolutely tearing up this persimmon tree where we're going to be hunting. We've got 2 or 3 nice rubs in the area. Well, it's October 9th. It's about 70 degrees. We've got a light north wind. Clouds have really rolled in here. We've been in the stand, 5 or 10 minutes. It's really gotten darker. These clouds rolled in, so we feel like if this cool front, these deer will move early. First time in's often a great time to hunt a set, so stay with us. We'll see what happens. Well, that's pretty neat. It's the first time I think I've ever been deer hunting and had a covey of quail come by me in the stand. That's pretty neat. Deer coming.
limbs on it.
Oh my goodness, that is a gorgeous buck. That looked like a perfect shot. That is the buck I have hunted all season. I have not went after another buck. This is the first time into this set. I believe he's dead. No way he can make it through that. I'd say the rage tore his lungs up, baby. Yes, baby, what a buck, what a buck. Thank you, Jason, for filming, baby. Well, it's been about an hour since we shot that buck. I feel like it was a good hit. We actually reviewed the footage. We think we heard this deer fall down here less than 100 yards away, so let's go see what this arrow looks like. Well, there's the arrow. It looks good. Hope the rage did the trick. Looks like lung blood got a few bubbles in it. It's got to be close. There he is, buddy. All right, Goody. What about that, baby? That's the deer we've been after all season, man. Look at that buck.
You know, I first saw this buck this summer, probably early August. Got some pics of him on the reconics in this area. Then he kind of disappeared. Then I had an encounter with him first week of Kentucky's bow season back in September, about a month ago. And then kind of lost him again. Kept running several reconics cams in the area. Finally got some daylight pics of him, and we decided to come in and do some more scouting. Come in this pine thicket, and we had some persimmon trees in here. And just so happened they were dropping. A lot of deer sign under them. And we hung a set this past Sunday. And today was our first time in. And you know, often that's the best time to kill a big buck. And it proved fatal for this big boy this afternoon. You know, he got a little nervous, started to get out of there, and I grunted and stopped him, and PSC did its job, and the Rage Broadhead just put a tremendous cut on this buck. And man, he's absolutely awesome. I couldn't be more happier. It's really a nice feeling to get a buck that you've watched all summer, you've got pics of. You know, I kind of put all my apples in one basket with this buck, and to harvest him, man, what a great feeling it was.
Well, we're getting ready to go up in the stand for my last night of muzzleloader season.
We just haven't seen the movement that we need, so gotta get a little bit closer to their bedding area, and hopefully we'll see something tonight.
What she's not telling you is we're doing this on a south wind, and a south wind blows exactly into where the deer are coming from. So what we did is we scent blockered up, head to toe, got into the blind, then we took some of it off because it's extremely hot in here, but we're keeping all the windows shut until the moment of truth is gonna, arise, or if it does. But we think this blind is gonna protect us from scent, so that's what we're hoping. Let him clear, and then hopefully she gets a shot.
What he said.
Well, it's the first deer of the evening. We were a little worried when we came in here. It was really, really windy. We were afraid that the deer weren't gonna come out with all this wind, but that's a good sign. I'm hoping that brings the bucks out here. Dave saw something in the timber here. Big 8, just beyond this 2.5-year-old that's kind of hanging out. So, getting ready here. Hopefully, it's my last half hour. That's it. My season's done. So, we'll give it about 15 minutes, see if any other big boys come out. Well, this is the big boy that Dave and I kind of saw in the timber today. We didn't know who he was. We've been waiting for him to come out, and he's out. So, this is like my last 15 minutes of my season.
Just a buck. Just anything else. Just a buck.
Yes. This is the last 15 minutes of my season, and I got myself a buck. I was so sure I was not getting one this year. I got a little buck fever going on.
Does buck fever involve crying?
It does to me.
Okay.
I didn't think I was gonna get one this year. Like my last 15 minutes, literally. Thanks, hon. Good job. Well, we're just getting ready to go get my deer. It was a little dark last night, and we did not see a whole lot of blood, and so we just decided to back out and wait till this morning. So got my tag in hand, gonna go get that deer.
What we call the Ranger's Tower is right over here, where Amy shot it out of, and then we left the orange hat to mark where he actually entered into this timber off to our right. Blood right here.
David, here he is.
There he is.
I'm so happy we found him.
I love you.
I love you. Iowa whitetail, and I couldn't be happier with him. This is awesome. This was my last night of muzzleloader season, and we hunted 5 days during this early season muzzleloader. It was a lot of work for him. I know Dave puts in a lot of work, puts up cameras a lot. We have a lot of awesome photos of this guy. Iowa muzzleloader season always starts on a Saturday, so we hunted Saturday, Sunday, and then the next time the weather was going to be decent was Tuesday, so we hunted Tuesday. And then I got word that I needed to go out to LA for work. Next time I could hunt was Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday was the last night. It's a lot to leave your little one that long. We have to get a babysitter because both parents are going out hunting, and it's a lot to find a babysitter for those 5 nights. Plus I had traveled, so I was away from him for those 3 nights, so it was really hard on me. But obviously I got him, and this is a great reward for a great season. I appreciate my husband taking me.
Well, why don't you go ahead and roll him over and start cutting him.
All fall, Zach and I spent about every weekend out filming and hunting, and we had a real successful year this year. Thriller's a deer that I've only had one chance to shoot him the whole time he's been living on the farm. That was in Dream Season 10 when he ran past Coondog and I grunted at him and couldn't get him stopped. I'd given up on shooting Thriller. Zach and I had actually talked about Thriller, and maybe Thriller's going to be one of these deer that we just put a picture on the wall and said, we're not going to be able to kill him. We're 2 weeks out from youth rifle season. Zach's already harvested a buck with his bow, so we've just been having fun. Ashley, Zach, and I are going to go over to the shooting range pretty soon. It's fall in North Missouri. It's starting to be beautiful. The trees are starting to turn colors, and it's chilly at nights. It's getting down into the mid-30s at nights. Deer season has arrived.
It's Halloween night. Me and Zach decided to come out to the cabin instead of going trick-or-treating. I'm gonna help my grandpa film Zach, and hopefully he gets a big deer.
The new and improved hunting cabin.
The night before season, we were actually looking at a cross-section or a transparency of a deer's lungs.
For this deer season, I'm going to shoot the 223. Youth season is tomorrow. Today's Halloween, and Grandpa made me a deer anatomy picture, and with that 223, you don't want to hit him in the shoulder, so that'd be about right here. You don't want to hit him back in the guts either. But so we want to get him right here, lungs or hearts. Since we didn't go trick-or-treating, Grandpa promised us a steak, so we're ready.
And Miss America's sitting over here. She's been hungry since 4 o'clock.
We ate supper, really had a blast. The next morning, they were both awake at 3:30. What are you guys doing?
One of those days you can't sleep.
Why can't you sleep?
We get to hunt today.
You know, I heard the TV on and they were actually looking at videos, Drury videos.
What's the cook got going?
Cinnamon.
I've never seen it done that way.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
The fog today has been really bad. I'm gonna go back to the cabin, get some lunch. Me and you're back in here by about 3:30. And this is the stand that Taylor Drury killed her first deer out of. We're in a good spot. We got maximum and clover blows out in front of us, so it should be a good night. It's 100 yards straight across there, and we're gonna try to worm to get within that. But I had a choice between this stand and our Southfield stand, and I just had a gut feeling to come in here, so that gut feeling really hasn't paid off yet. That was cool. 3 big cobblers and 2 jakes.
Just calm down. Just calm down. What's your scope on? Real quick. That's 7. Just relax. He's gonna follow her right up there. If he gets where she's at, we're gonna kill him. Here he comes. Just get ready. I'll tell you when. Wait a minute. Stop him. Stop him. Remember the lungs. Yeah, remember the lungs. Remember the lungs. Burp. He's got his tail tucked, Zach.
I can still see him.
Yeah, he's right there. Get another round in him. Get another round in him. He's down, buddy. He's down. You just shot Thriller. You just shot Thriller. Oh my God. You just.
Oh my God.
You just shot Thriller. Give me 5, Slick. You just shot Thriller. You just shot Thriller. You killed Thriller. Uh-huh. I love you, little boy. You just killed. He fell over, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, yes.
You just shot Thriller. That's a huge deer. That deer's got to go 170 or so. Are you gonna cry?
I just shot one of the biggest deer in my life. We're gonna wait to get some help. Ashley and Grandma are at the cabin. We're gonna call them to have them come down.
I see tines over there, big boy. He's got such horns that they come up over the creek bank. You piled him up. What a beautiful deer. Zach, you have just killed a stud. Look at that deer. How many points has he got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is Thriller.
You know, I knew Thriller lived on the farm. I had wildlife eye of Thriller. I had literally hundreds of pictures of Thriller, you know, from the time he was, say, 3.5 on.
Hey, come on down. We're gonna have a party. What happened? I think I just shot Thriller.
Nice deer, Zach.
I'm just so happy with this deer because this is a deer we know so well. We nicknamed him Thriller. We've seen this deer 4 times, I think, and this is the first time we've ever seen him with the gun, so I was the lucky one. to first see him with the gun.
It would be a thrill for anyone, but you know, a 13-year-old to actually shoot a deer like that, and for Grandpa to be with him and for Grandpa to be filming him, it was just an unbelievable feeling. Thriller goes down on camera. Talk about a happy little guy. You know, it couldn't have happened to a nicer little guy than my grandson, Zach.
The story of this hunt started one rainy day last October.
I think it's a shooter right there.
I spent all day watching this buck getting pounded in the face by the wind and the rain. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to close the deal. I later named this buck the Rainy Day 8.
He won.
The morning of November the 5th, 2008 found me hunting another rainy day in Iowa.
We got a little bit of a cell coming through, and I think the smart move is to let it go through while we're sitting in this truck as opposed to sitting on a metal deer stand, because there's lightning in it and it's a little bit nasty, so. I hate missing the morning of November the 5th, I know that. Jeez.
The sun's coming up, we're headed in. The rain has stopped, it really wasn't that bad, it kind of broke up.
Well, after a mad scramble and a mad dash, we're up one of my favorite trees. We've already seen a buck. Just climbed up, got our safety belts on. There's a rainbow coming out. I think the rain's over. Who needs to get up at 4:30? We're gonna try this every day. Awesome. That's our big 8. That's our big 8, Stephen, right over there. See him? Straight across from us. Huge 8. I got all kinds of pictures of him. He's straight across from us. Hopefully he takes the structure that leads him right here. Rattled at him, he had his mouth open, turned, boom, here he comes. Our fingers are crossed. Another great encounter with the Rainy Day 8. I thought he was ours, but unfortunately, he had to have run into a distraction. We sat there for a couple hours. We never saw him again. Off we go. 10 till 2, already heading in. Little front coming in, big front coming in. Gonna rain, snow, and blow for about 3 days. These deer could really get up and do it this afternoon. We're gonna make sure we're in there early, and we're going back to one of my favorite spots, the pond draw. Awesome, awesome sit. It'd be nice to get one knocked out tonight. We're in, we're back. It's been about 6 days since we sat this particular stand last time we were here. Awesome evening, killed that big 8-point with the flyer coming off of his G2. And now we're back, and when I shot him, I was looking for another buck, a big buck, like a 190 class deer that's been here all summer. I have a bean field way at the end of this draw. He was there all summer in velvet, all kinds of velvet footage of it. I've gotten him on scrapes right here. And it's interesting, on this farm, I've got a lot of different big bucks on a lot of different cameras, but that buck I only get right here, so my assumption is he lives right here somewhere. We'll see if he's on his feet. We saw some bucks on their feet this morning, thought that one was coming, but he didn't show up. November the 5th. We live for the next 5 days. Hopefully there's a reason. Up to 40 tomorrow. We got some does in the draw, straight downwind. They're like 20 yards.
How about that, Stephen? Same buck we saw this morning, and we just smoked him. We just smoked him. Same buck, the giant 8, we just got him. 30 yards, same set I killed that buck out of the other day. Oh, he walked right under us. He come in from our back door, didn't see him. Got in right here, smelled those does. He smelled us. That's where scent blocker makes a difference. Our wind is blowing right to him. He couldn't tell what we were. He finally gave up on it. Gave me a 27-yard shot, and baby, we made it count. He is going to be down right there. That is a gigantic 8-point. I have more pictures of that deer than any deer on the farm. Yeah, baby. Bingo. Bingo, baby. Last time it was sweet October. Tonight it is sweet November. He is done. Happiness. That arrow just sliced through, stuck out both sides, 2-inch rage. Did what it's supposed to do, blood everywhere. Monster. Right there. Happiness at the end of the blood trail. Those rages are unbelievable. Look what they did. The rainy day 8 reappears on yet another rainy day. Imagine the coincidence. I spent the day with this guy last year and we could not close the deal. Am I ever glad that happened? He blew. Look at the size of this big Iowa 8-point. I mean a gigantic 8 with huge mass, big widespread. I mean, that guy's gotta be 23 inches wide. He just put on a show for us. We're sitting there stargazing at some does under our stand, and this guy pops up out of the switchgrass. I mean, literally out of nowhere. He appeared like a ghost. All the deer straight downwind of us. He stops, catches us, and that is the critical difference between preparation with your scent control, wearing scent blocker, and not. I really believe that had we not been scent blockered from head to toe, and we're 2 guys, not 1, we would not have killed this deer. He definitely smelled something, but he couldn't put it together. And that's the difference between wearing it and not, right there. He is straight downwind. When I shot him, he's straight downwind. And what a buck. What an absolute giant.
Congratulations, man.
The fun part.
Oh my goodness. What a pig.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, congratulations, Mark.
Thank you. To share it with family, friends, whoever I could tell. I wanted to tell about the rainy day because I was sure happy it was a different ending to the story this time.
Congrats, man.
We're switching things up this morning. The rain just went through. Steven's up to bat. I'm getting behind that camera. We'll see if we can't put something in front of Steven. He's been putting in for a tag for 3 years. He had 3 preference points. He's got one in his pocket this year, so we'll see if we can't turn that tag into a lottery ticket somehow, somewhere.
Well, it's November 6th. Could be a day that I'll remember for a long time. I finally got an Iowa tag. I'm up here with Mark. Killed a mega giant last night, so we're gonna spend the next couple days seeing what happens, so look forward to it.
We switched strategies a little bit here. We're going into a food plot of a morning. I've got 1 buck on my mind. We'll see if we can't put an eyeball on him.
The bucks really should be getting after right now, especially after that big rainstorm came through. I'm pretty pumped up.
AM hunt comes and goes. Now we're going into the PM hunt that's really set up for PM anyway, but this buck's so big I wanted to see if we could get an eyeball on him. Had all kinds of wildlife out of him all summer. Start getting him on the trail monitoring camera. He is the deer of anyone's dreams. Here it is, November the 6th. We're going back in this afternoon. We're gonna see if we can't put an eyeball on him and an arrow through it.
Quite work out this morning, but I think this evening it's going to. Looking forward to a good hunt. He's big. That's him. We're gonna have to do something to get his attention on the decoy. Just get yourself ready first. God. That was crazy. We haven't been seeing anything. And it changed just like that. Big 180 class buck comes walking across. I'm freaking out, making all kinds of noise. Didn't know this buck was even there. He's walking away. I couldn't get a shot. Mark's like rattling at him, so he came over, saw the decoy. I don't know if he was gonna come or not, but I kept hitting my back here, making noise. And if it wasn't for that, I think he would have walked on in. But man, I pumped. Awesome. I think you nailed it. Yeah.
After all these years of Steven sitting with me filming kill after kill, I finally had the privilege and the fun time of returning the favor. We're gonna watch the kill here real quick and see if the hit is what I think it is, which is a good one. I was sure happy to see that arrow hit home.
There he is. Right there. Happiness is at the end of the blood trail, that's for sure.
What a giant.
Well, it's been a phenomenal couple days here in Iowa for me. I got in 2 days ago. Mark shot that big 8-pointer last night, and then we came in here for the big 180 class buck. Saw him, rattled to him, called to him. He didn't come in, but this guy did. We spotted him, had the flambeau boss buck decoy 20 yards off. You know, he saw it, kind of held up. Might have held him there just long enough for the shot. I don't know if he'd have stuck around otherwise. I tell you what, man, it's seeing it on video and all that is something, but to actually be doing it and see them and, you know, have them in your hands, it's a totally different experience, and one that I'm very grateful for, and I definitely appreciate Mark letting me come out here and do this. And, you know, it's a memory that I'll cherish for a long, long time. I'll tell you that.
Man,
Nice.
man.
Way to go, Steven.
Congratulations, buddy.
How much fun is that, huh?
Well, that's what we do this for.
Well, we were hunting Illinois, but I was kind of going back and forth between the farm there in Fulton County and also down there in Pike County with Hadley Creek, trying to decide which property was better, watching that rut activity, trying to see, you know, were these deer up on their feet, were those deer moving, which does were in estrus. It's kind of like a dog chasing his tail. You're making circles and you're really not accomplishing anything. I really only had about 1 week left to get it done there in Illinois because the Missouri firearm season was about to open. So we were really hunting pretty diligently there in Illinois. Dark to dark, trying to spend as much time as we could and yet still have as much fun as we possibly could with our buddy Jim. He's our buddy, has been a buddy for quite some time, and I will say one thing about Jim Thome. When you're with him, there is never a dull moment.
Here it is, November the 9th, and we're on one of his best spots. We're gonna climb in his blind to look at the map on November the 9th.
And a lot of deer come off this back corner. You're shooting them right there. I'd sit it. Let's get out of here and sit it.
You know, whether you're out checking cameras and you know, changing out flash cards and some of the Reconyx cameras, or whether you're checking some of his best stand sites, he'll take you and show you those, or whether you're spilling gas all over the ground.
Does that kill you right there?
Oh, you have no idea. You just said watch
I just said it.
Got some, I'm gonna put flip-flops for you.
It seems like everything is off the chart. It's debacle after debacle when you're with Jim, but he's got a tremendous amount of energy. And when you're there, there's just always something to do. Well, it just so happened that one day we were driving in, and along the road we see a deer hanging in the fence. It had not expired. This poor animal was suffering. We took it upon ourselves to try and get this deer out of the fence. It was hung up pretty good and had been hanging there for quite some time. You know, whenever you walk up on an animal like that, you don't know what kind of shape it's in or what kind of reaction you're going to get. You really don't know if you're going to get kicked in the jaw or not. But as luck would have it, we were able to maneuver it, get it out of the fence, and you know, it was totally exhausted. It laid there for a pretty good while, but it appeared to be okay after it kind of regenerated and laid there for a little while and got some life back. It finally did scurry off.
First time I've ever done that. I've seen, you know, animals caught up in the wire, but normally they've expired, and this is the first time I've ever been able to get one out of a fence like that, so that's a good feeling. Well, here we go. Heading out. It's 22 degrees this morning, which is pretty doggone nippy. It's November the 10th. This is the perfect weather for this time of year. It's a pretty nice buck. I don't know if he's a shooter or not, but he's nice. Here he comes. He's just a little too young. Looks like a 3-year-old. Well, that was kind of cool. It's a nice deer, boy. I mean, he was point blank. If he'd have been a shooter, we'd have drilled him, but he's just a little bit young. Give him another couple years. Maybe it'll pick up a little bit. The rut should be here, my goodness. It's kind of ugly today, a little bit gross out. It's warmed up. It's 50 degrees, 54 degrees. And we're hunting a south wind. So I don't know, it's supposed to warm up over the next couple days, and then the temperature drops back off. Maybe we'll get some of that midday movement we've been waiting on. We're just waiting on a slammer to walk by us. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we're gonna give it a try. We got literally 2 days to hunt, today and tomorrow. Look here, we got two spots to go to. One is down on the river, and the other one is on a logging road. It's in pretty good timber, pretty good thicket. And I just can't decide which one to go to, so there's a lot of scientific information that's being processed here through my little beady brain. It's the river. Let's go. You know what? During the rut, all that information that we process and all that planting and planning and strategy all goes out the window. Because when they're dogging and chasing and all that, there's no rhyme or reason for half of it. I mean, they just go wherever they think they need to go. I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. But I'd like to be lucky to the tune of about a 180. Get a shot. We're 35 foot in the air. There's a doe over along the riverbank over there. She's just feeding. What's a buck? It's a pretty good buck. They're walking on. We made the right call of coming in here. You know, this is the time of year. It's November the 12th. When you may actually catch a buck cruising, you know, if they've dropped their does. A lot of them are with does right now, which that buck is. He's clearly locked onto a doe. He's not gonna leave her. But if you'd happen to catch one that had just dropped the doe, then you never know when you could catch him cruising these river bottoms. Buck coming, buck coming. try those horns. Yes. He just dropped right here. Oh my God. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so. I do not think so. What just happened there, man? Oh man. That's about as good a hunt as you could ever ask to be on. It's 2 o'clock here in the afternoon on November the 12th. And we just slammed one. Man, it couldn't have worked out any better. This buck, we heard him back here. He was back here behind us, came straight downwind. He was straight on our downwind side and walked right through it, walked right through our wind. Thank goodness we had scent blocker on, and we've really been religious about it here this year. And he came through, he got through. I tried grunting at him a couple times. I even tried snort wheezing with my mouth. That didn't work. And he just kind of got behind the brush on me there, and I thought, well, now's a good time. He can't see me. So I picked up the horns and hit them together pretty hard. And boy, I mean, he come like a rope. Just right here, come to the base of the tree. I think he cut our track where we walked in right there. He started to back up a little bit and decided to turn and go. And when he did, I believe I poked him right in the heart. It just don't get any better than that right there. That is the way it should happen. Exactly on November the 12th. Jim Thome hung this set for us. Jim, Chuck, and Randy, all three, the brothers. The band of brothers. Those guys are great. They're the best people on earth. And for allowing us to come in here and hunt a set that he hung and Chuck hung, I just couldn't be happier. Thank you to those guys. I owe them big time. Really owe them this time around. I don't know how I'm going to repay them, but I'm going to try. Awesome. Awesome. Just spray. You know, I like following the blood trail, even though we saw him go down from the tree. You always learn something at each and every time you follow that blood trail. Because sometimes you don't get to see him go down, you know. He's out here in an open CRP field where we had the luxury of watching him fall, but sometimes in the timber, you don't get that luxury if they get in the brush or whatever. But this one looks like he's gonna bleed all the way till the end. Today was one of the most phenomenal hunting days I've had. All I can say is a big thank you to Jim, Chuck, and Randy for hanging that set. They put us in that particular set. And I can't say enough about this particular animal, the way he worked in. As luck would have it, the PSE and Rage found its mark, took his heart out, and he didn't run, I don't know, maybe 60, 70 yards, trees right there. But what a phenomenal hunt on November the 12th. It just doesn't get any better. Now the work begins. I gotta get the bad boy buggy and get him out of here. Call Brother Mark, call Willa, call Jim. Can you come over to Missouri and hang some sets for me? Why? Because I killed a deer out of one of yours that you hung for me. Awesome. Sure did. Awesome. Sure did.
Anything, what I'm more proud of is that I scouted that and came around and hung that and you killed. That means more to me than you know. Tell you how you can repay me.
How's that?
Film me. Film me.
What do you think, big boy?
I'm ready to rock.
Well, 13th of November rolls around. It's time for Big Jim to try and harvest a deer. You know, that's sometimes easier said than done, although he's got a premier spot in the Midwest. There were several of us in the blind. We had this bright idea we were going to get the decoys set out. We did just that. Now, here, all we had to do was get a big buck, big shooter in there, and try and get Jim on a deer with a bow.
Well, I was just under him. I guess it's time for breakfast.
Wow, that's tough. That's a tough one. I feel it for you, brother. I feel it for you.
It's tough. You know, you get them, you get the chance, and you know, that's part of this. You know, that's what makes this what you guys do when you produce your videos. You know, not only do you ride the success into this, you also ride the failure end.
You know, it's not uncommon for Big Jim to send one flying over the fences out of the park, but on this particular instance, it was a whiff at the plate, swing and a miss. You ever seen him pointing it at a pitcher, telling him, this is coming at you, this is going over the fence? That's what I'd be scared to death if I was a pitcher facing him.
Adam and I are packing up the vehicle to head out tomorrow to head up to northern Missouri for opening morning of rifle season. We're looking forward to opening morning, so you're the one that wants to kill the big buck, so let's go. Turn that TV down. We sure are doing a lot of grinding, getting ready to go hunting in the morning, you know. Pretty excited, ain't we, son? Mm-hmm. You excited?
Yeah.
What about you, Susie? Huh? My wife ain't talking much right now. Anyway, time to sign off. Hey, are you going to bed? Pretty ambitious crew here this morning.
Heck yeah.
All I was worried about is getting a ding-dong. Look at all these guys. First morning of deer season, think they'd be excited. You ready, buddy?
Yep.
Think you're gonna get him this morning?
I hope.
Huh?
I hope.
It's a pretty morning. Boy, you're real energetic this morning, ain't you, son? Do you like early morning?
I only like them when I go deer.
28 degrees this morning. It's a chilly one. Supposed to get windy as heck, too.
We're out here hunting over this big standing bean field. We should have some deer come out. Hopefully the blue river gets daylight. We'll have some deer move up. There's a giant bedded down out there in the beans with the doe. Stand up for that. He's
Yes. That's a giant. Yes.
I'm proud of you. Adam, give me some skin.
That deer's been bedded out there all morning.
We've been waiting and waiting.
We tried grunting. We had deer snorting this morning.
Look at it.
Everything, and he wouldn't get up. And I just killed the biggest deer in my life right there. We came in here this morning not really knowing this area too good, and we came in here, had a doe out in the field already. We were sitting here in the dark, and all of a sudden here comes a little buck coming up in front of us. And we heard some grunting, and I'm like, it's gonna be a good morning. And Dad was giving me crap about how, he's like, there's deer out in the field, why ain't you watching? I'm like, whatever, and all of a sudden I look, I'm like, there really is a deer laying out there. There's a freaking big buck laying out there with the doe. And then we sat here for about an hour or so just watching him and filming him and stuff, and he never would stand up, and we tried everything. Nothing would get that deer to stand up, and finally we got it and pulled off the shot.
Oh man, look at that deer.
Yeah, this is actually my little sister's gun that I've actually been fortunate enough to harvest 2 bucks with. It's been bringing me luck, and I don't think I'll ever go out of rifle season from here on out without this gun.
Wow, wow. 27-inch main beam. 174. You should have put your 20 bucks in last night.
Right.
He looks at it before.
Yeah, he does look 170.
How beautiful is that deer? Adam says, I think it's going to be the nicest looking deer on the wall. Well, son, once again, you guys show me up. I'm nice enough to let you hunt, and I'm filming, and look what you killed. I couldn't be happier for you. This is totally awesome. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much fun was that this morning?
That was a lot of fun, especially having him out in front of us so long.
Congratulations, buddy.
We're having a little bit of deer camp tradition. We had 3 big kills this morning, so tonight it's steak and mushrooms.
One at a try.
Hey, you had one already.
No, I had 3 of them.
Dang it. How is it, Chief Connoisseur Food Tester?
A-okay. Every time someone kills a big deer and Mr. Tom Myers around, he goes and buys the nicest ribeyes in town, and we eat them. Adam killed a 174-inch deer, and a couple other guys here with us killing giants. We're ready to eat.
The meat is going on the grill.
And the meat will be going in my gut. This is true deer camp. Steak and mushrooms. And big deer. That's what's fun.
You know, hunting to our family is as big a deal as Christmas. You know, we spend a lot of time at the hunting farm and at the hunting cabin, and, you know, we have a lot of fun. We eat supper, we play cards.
I'm just getting all kinds of points.
It's sort of neat to me that the grandkids actually want to spend time with Grandpa. Ta-da! And, you know, we spend a lot of time together, and we have a lot of fun together, and a lot of it is centered around deer hunting.
Tanya and Zach and I are going to go down to the South Field this afternoon. It's the first day of 2008 Missouri rifle season. Tanya's the shooter. Zach and I both are going to film. Left a big camera in one of the shooting houses from this morning. Pretty uneventful this morning. We've got a couple deer that we've got our eyes on that we're going to let her try to harvest, so we'll just sort of see what happens.
It's about 2:45. We just had a nice little 2.5, maybe 3.5-year-old, I believe 8-pointer come out. He's just cruising through looking for some does, so it'll happen here pretty soon, hopefully. What was that, Zach? An 8-pointer?
Dad, there's a big deer coming off the creek all the way over.
If he walks up here, we're gonna do him. Just don't move. There's a doe right there. He's out there quite a piece. Wait a minute. He's gonna follow her. You don't have the angle. Let him go a little bit closer. Right there. You missed it. Here. Here. He tucked his tail. Did you hit him?
I don't know. I've got rushed. Not sure. Yeah, I think I see horns up the roadway here.
I don't see horns, I see deer. Big deer. I don't know him, but he's a beautiful deer. You piled him up.
Well, this deer came out into the biologic maximum. We don't have any pictures of him, but knew right away he was a shooter. He just kept coming, and we were all just so nervous. I'd never shot a deer on camera, and missed him the first shot, but he didn't move, so Dad said, you got a chance, reload. So we felt pretty positive about the fact that he was gonna go down. Pretty exciting morning for us. I don't know, you think it'll go bigger than Zach's?
He was like on a march, and he walks right past Zach's shooting house, the little shooting house that Zach killed Thriller out of, and looks to the left in the shooting house, you know, more or less like, wonder if anybody's in there today. You know, the biggest deer of her life, a beautiful, beautiful 10-pointer. Zach's been on cloud 9 since he shot Thriller, and, you know, both the deer were just amazing. And again, both of those came out of a little 3-4 acre field of biologic, primarily Clover Plus and Maximum. That should say it all.
The sun is finally out in Iowa. An infamous day in big buck history.
The Iowa weather had taken its toll. The howling winds, the snow, the rain, camera in the bag, camera out of the bag. It all kind of gave me a bad attitude, but I tried to stay positive, knowing what lied in store.
Here we are in southern Iowa. We're sitting in a stand this morning that I hadn't hunted all year. It's an awesome spot. Hunted a couple times last year. Except this year we got corn to our north and still got this good bedding up on top of this hill. So we're hoping these deer are gonna come off this cornfield where they've been out carousing all night and head back to bedding area. Big buck, big buck.
Yes. Man, yeah. That joker was on a mission. Come right here. The stand squeaked. He still didn't know what happened. I tried to milk the footage. He had some tall brow tines. Golly. You didn't get nervous, did you? I see you shaking. But we did it, baby. We did it now. Yes. I had to eat my snack and my drink before getting down. You'll need that energy to drag that horse out. Glad I ate my Wheaties this morning. Well, we gave him about an hour. And we quartered into him, smacked that off shoulder. So pretty sure we got both of his lungs with that rage. Buried all the way up to the fletchings. Not a whole lot of blood here. We've been trailing him we've been on him about 150 yards. He's gonna die in this bottom. The brow tine.
Oh, here's it, baby.
Hey, look at that body. Oh, look at those brow tines. 8-inch, massive brow. Massive, baby. Yes. Mac Daddy massive all the way out to his tips. What a buck. Oh, thank you, Lord, that we found this deer. Yes. Look at those brows, baby. Look at those brows. Let's go get my dad and little John. We ain't told them.
You gonna help me go get the brow tine buck?
Oh yeah, let's go. I think your lens is a little dirty.
You're dirty.
See what this bad boy's really made of. So this is a deer we call the brow tine buck. Shot him this morning, November the 17th. It was looking like the rut was over. We're still seeing a few big ones cruise. And this 5 or 6 year old brute come running by, stopped, smelled where we walked in. I quartered a rage in there, and the rage had the brow tine buck for breakfast. And he said he was good.
Well, it's hard to believe that the season's winding down as fast as it is, but today is November 20th already. Vacation has just been virtually non-existent this year. With wet weather and work and stuff, Dave and I have just had a real tough time, I guess, just getting off and making our schedules jive, but we have an opportunity to go out today, so we're gonna make the best of it. We got to motor down a little ways with the four-wheeler, climb down into the river, and we're gonna walk that river up, straight up a short little bluff, climb in these trees and see if we can't get on this buck tonight. It has just been a terribly frustrating week for Dave and I. The first day I hunted, a week ago last Monday, we come over here and I had a 170 plus incher, typical frame. Come right off this ridge, get to within 40 yards, and we had a funky wind that swirled just for a second and he exploded on us, bugged out of here. We were sitting up the hill a little further. The wind's a little different this time. We're blowing more down the river away from that. We're also closer to the bluff. If they come in, we're expecting them to actually either come below us or maybe right above us here across this point. That being said, if we don't see any deer, it doesn't make any difference, and that seems to be the luck we're having this year. We'll have a good 2.5 hours till dark here. It looks like a clear sky, so it should be well 5 o'clock, maybe a little after before shooting light's done. We just need a break big time.
We've seen a few eagles, seen some turkeys. It was pretty neat sitting out there, but we ain't getting the activity we're hoping for. Finally, with about an hour left, a doe and a couple fawns worked their way in. They slowly feed their way through the bowl there. We think they're just gonna pass through and we're about to let them do so. Well, just about the time I think she's out of sight, she must have picked me off in a tree moving or something, but she got pretty nervous. Well, Dave and I kind of have a unwritten rule that if a doe picks us off, we just take her out of the herd. Unbeknownst to me, a buck had worked in behind her. Well, I was so focused on this doe, I never heard him come in. And when she turned broadside, I let the arrow fly.
You never told me he was there. He was grunting, I can't believe it. I had my stocking cap down. I was drawn on her. I had no idea. Oh my God. You gotta tell me that stuff. There he is, he's coming back. Grab an arrow.
made a loop and he come right back to the tree. I didn't know if he was a shooter at first till he got right below us, and he had great beam length, super height.
He's a stud, man. He's a stud.
Ironically, you ain't gonna believe this, man. I shot a doe. She snorted at us or blew at us. And Dave and I always have this philosophy where if they do that, we shoot them. So she come in down here, and I didn't know he'd come in. And Dave started filming him, and I shot her, and they both took off. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm killing the doe." He says, "Well, what about the buck?" And I said, "Well, I never seen no buck. I was holding on her." For some reason, he turned around, walked right back in, got on the second doe. I shot him. He went up there. He dropped right here. Our first buck down. I am cranked. Beautiful deer. Thanks, buddy. Tell you what, we have no luck, then we have dumb luck. He's right there. He's 15 yards from us.
Well, I've come into a tree stand with the plans of harvesting a doe before, and I've come into a stand with plans of harvesting a buck. But never before have I done it both within 2 minutes in the same stand on the same night. It's a great story. We had a lot of fun. I'm not going to forget this night for a long time.
November the 20th. I couldn't be more pumped to head out to Hadley Creek because I've heard so much about it. Have yet to experience it. What a weekend it's going to be. It's cold, snow flurries are coming down, pit stop at McDonald's.
Would you like to donate $1 to the Romney Doghouse today?
I would love to. I'm taking credit, and Justin's paying for it.
That's how it always is.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's how it always is. Jared takes credit for it, I'm paying.
Man, are we excited. November the 20th. It feels like we just left bow season and bow madness. Tomorrow's gun season, Illinois. Justin's first ever outfitted hunt. Here we come, Pike County, Illinois.
We're smack dab in the middle of 2 bean fields. We're here. Stacy, Michelle. Well, after we threw the GPS out the window, we picked up the cell phone and called Michelle Ward, and she kind of walked us into the hunting lodge, if you will. So come on, let's go. That's right, folks, 3:45. It's not a mistake, it's 3:45. We got to bed at 11:30 last night, made for a quick sleep, but I can't tell you how pumped I am about what's going to happen today. Oh, is it clear? Yeah, because who else is up at 4:30? Pretty clear, you don't even have to look.
What time does the sun come up?
6:15 daybreak.
Interesting.
What's interesting, that we only have a 10-minute drive to the stand, and it's 4:30. Like to sneak in while they're still sleeping.
Is that how good hunters do it?
That's how we do it. We, the good hunters.
Stars are out. Moon's out. Hopefully the deer are out. It's not even noon yet. We packed 2 sandwiches, 2 packs of crackers, 2 packs of cookies, 2 Cokes. And we're supposed to sit all day. Uh-oh. We're gonna need that big boy to come walking up real soon. Take your trash, mister.
Bad mister. How about that? That's not gonna be a hard track job at all. 12:52. Nothing like an 8-hour day, buddy. Nothing like an 8-hour day.
All in a day's work, brother.
Man, it was pretty thick through there too. But I got the crosshairs right on him. Good shot. He expired in like 10 seconds. I've never killed a buck that's worth putting up on the wall my entire life, and I got 2 of them down in 1 week.
There he is over there. What a beautiful animal, and what a beautiful day. November the 21st, a cold, crisp morning, and I couldn't be more excited about having this bad boy down in the woods, in the timber. We got to the stand at 5 o'clock this morning, and this guy comes walking out at 12:52 p.m. Our guide's telling us hunt the midday, they're moving midday. And what did we do? We hunted all day. We packed a lunch, we ate it a little too quick, but this guy came and rescued us at 12:52, gave us a good shot about 100 yards away. Thompson Center hit its mark, and man, are we excited to be behind this bad boy.
I learned this trick from my uncles Mark and Terry. When there's work to be done, pick up the camera and act like you're filming. Works every time.
Come on, boys. Yeah. This is the guy that knows it all. Pulled us on all day, and that's what we did. We got her done, buddy. You did. Appreciate it. No problem. Appreciate it. And the help dragging him out.
I catch my breath.
out of the bottom. I think Jared appreciates it more than I do. November the 22nd, 11/22, gonna be a beautiful evening. What's beautiful about it is I got my buck in the back of the truck. So I'm helping out the rest of the team, going to film cousin Taylor with Uncle Mark, and let's see if we can't bring a little luck her way.
Are you serious?
I forgot her boots, so she's using mine. This is so much fun. She has no idea how much I enjoy this.
It was a great time being with Jared and Justin. We were in ground blinds over tons of beans, saw lots of deer, but first gun comes and goes. Now we're going to get my bow and we're going back out there. Now how is this going to turn out? Shoot about right here.
Yep.
So up to the middle of the body and then over about 3 inches.
Or 4 or 5, yeah.
Okay.
Can you handle it?
Good to go.
That is not what the block target's for. There's more than one use for a block target.
Yeah. Shooting and gymnastics.
That's right.
Well, tonight we're hoping that I can harvest something with my first BSC chaos, and we're hoping a mature doe or a buck will come out. Either one. We're just out here to have fun.
It's a buck, sweetie.
How big?
I can't tell. I just see his antler. Oh, shooter, for sure, shooter.
I heard my dad say shooter. I remember that I got a bow in hand and I looked at this buck and I just thought, oh my gosh. My dad says we got a shooter to the right, but I'm looking at the left thinking we got a bigger buck over there, so I'm not shooting the one Dad wants me to shoot. And who's deciding what's a shooter anyways? This is my hunt, not his.
Why didn't you shoot him, honey?
Because he did.
What?
I didn't know. I was too excited. I mean, like I'm looking at this one, I'm like, what's this one doing? What's this one doing? You know, I had no idea I was supposed to shoot him.
Now that we encountered this big buck during bow season, well now second gun season's out and we have got him on our minds. looking at about 25 deer in the field, and we're still waiting for this buck. It's getting kind of dark. Dad said shooter, and I look up, I see the buck, and I immediately knew who he was.
See him?
Yeah.
Watch your movement, sweetie. See him? Yeah, you get where you're comfortable. Map. Okay. I think you nailed him.
Oh my God. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm doing.
Are you pumped?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Here's a joy, huh? That was awesome. He's nice, Taylor. Give me 5.
He's big.
He's nice.
We have hunted hard this season. We've been to Hadley a bunch of times, have seen a lot of deer, just no big shooters, and finally we got one. So now we get to celebrate tonight. So I got him.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I mean, I shot quick.
He heel kicked and he ran with his tail down.
Now the fun begins. We're going back to camp, and it's time to tell the story.
I'm excited about. See, y'all hadn't even went and got him yet, have you?
Quit.
Come on, baby, please help me here. Just get to the window and shoot the deer. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Look at that!
I'm excited.
That's awesome. That is so cool. So you won't come and see your kills? Taylor showed us hers. I mean, come on, be fair.
Only kills I've done is in porcelain bowls this week.
Can Taylor have your tag? And I mean, could you?
Can we party, huh?
I'll jump on the luck wagon any day. And she had something to say about some cucumber and melon lotion that I need to use or something.
Smell it.
Yeah.
One thing about hunting with Taylor, the wind has to be right.
Yeah.
I think let's set control. Awesome. Now let's go scoop him up, huh? In Stacy's terms.
Well, we went back to the lodge earlier, and the shot looked perfect, so we went and had dinner at the lodge. We've been looking for the deer, no luck. We went at least 400 to 500 yards, so we called John the tracker with his awesome dogs. And Jesse, his dog, is going to help us find the deer, because we know he's dead. We just have to find him.
What do you got to say, big boy?
We'll find it.
He's dead.
Deer's dead.
Jeff?
Deer's dead. She 12 ringed him.
We tracked till 3 o'clock in the morning. No luck at all, so my hopes were a little down.
Let's go, Jesse. Let's go get him.
I'm really hoping we find him. This might be my biggest buck, and I mean, I sure did have a reaction because I was so excited. So we're on day 2, and everybody just wants to get him so bad. So hopefully we will.
Got blood. Got blood. We've got steady blood. It's looking more hopeful.
There he is! There he is! Woo!
Congratulations, girl! Oh, nice deer!
I want to thank all you guys for putting all your effort and energy to this to help me find this deer, and I know that we wouldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you.
We got the recovery, and that's the main thing. Congratulations.
Thank you, John.
Good job. Taylor, congratulations.
Upon further inspection, the liver had a hole in it that large. The bullet did its job. We just tracked too soon. My mistake. I thought it was double-lunged. In fact, it was a liver-hit deer.
Well, we're here at Hadley, and we came here first gun season, no luck, so we came here the weekend after for bow weekend, and we encountered this deer, so we were hoping that we'd get a shot at him second gun season, so we came back, and sure enough, he came out at around 4:45, and I made the shot, and I'm just so excited that we found him. Thank you to everybody that had a part in this hunt. I can actually say Hadley really does rock, and this will be the most memorable hunt that I've ever been on. What an awesome experience, a hunt that I'll never forget. And now I really do know why it's called Whitetail Madness.
Basically, what we're doing here is I'm teaching Mark Luster how to load a gun.
Somebody else has to get this thing ready for him, you know, and then he comes in and...
So I just, basically what I do is stroll into town, you dress me, you sight in the gun, and all I do is really got to pull the trigger.
So America's actually getting the real story here.
Yeah. You know, we got a great high pressure day. Hopefully we'll get something done tonight. We're ready to rock.
We're gonna head into a real nice blind tonight. Randy, my brother, is in the back seat. He just shot a big 180 class this year. He's gonna take us over, drop us off, and the reason he's doing it is because tonight when he picks us up, we want the truck to spook the deer off the field and not us, you know, being detected getting out of the blind. So this is actually the first time we've done this. The other thing it doesn't leave any ground scent going in. Our wind is kind of iffy, you know, but we'll jump out of the truck, get in the blind, and Randy will come back and hopefully pick us up tonight, and we'll have one of them big boys down. So we'll see what happens.
Basically less than a minute we're in this. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deer. If this is any indication, it could be a good night. He's a big shooter, Mark. He's a big shooter. He's a giant, baby. Yes. Good shot. He's a big 10. That deer come in. Unbelievable. What a buck. What a hunt. Man, oh man. That's what it's all about. Muzzleloader season. We came in here to do it. We did it. It's time to celebrate, baby. Yes. Well, that concludes my 08 hunting season. It's always great. I gotta tell you, Illinois does such a wonderful job at, you know, how they set up our gun seasons compared to our bow seasons. And, you know, I've been really blessed, you know, to have a wonderful farm and, you know, get the opportunity to share it with special friends. And Here's my brother Randy. That perfume you were wearing, I think, paid off. That's my brother Randy. He's one of a kind. But let's go get this big boy. Tell you what, boys, that is a big deer. As I said before, you know, I always thank the DNR, Bob Ruff, the people there in Springfield for giving me the opportunity every year to hunt this muzzleloader season. And you know, I really enjoy this time of year. To have an opportunity like this to kill a big deer and harvest a deer like this is just an honor. It's really why I guess we do this sport. You know, my year is kind of tough because with baseball and my kids, and you know, I try to get down to my lodge here as much as I can, but it can sometimes get pretty tough. So that concludes my my 08 season, and good times ahead.
Instead of Dad taking me as a little kid, now it's me taking Dad on my farm in Iowa, and we're gonna hunt these great big Iowa giants.
Prediction, a lot of movement tonight. All the cattle on their feet, feeding. Hopefully the deer will do the same.
It's Jason, Dad, and I with nothing but 8 days of Iowa hunting in front of us. Dad's got a non-resident tag in his pocket. Jason's gonna be running the little palm quarter. I'm gonna be running the big camera. We're looking for a good evening starting tonight.
Trying to be creative because I think we're gonna kill one tonight. I hope, I pray.
Here we are, December 13th, opening day, shotgun season, Iowa. Got the right wind, got a nice biologic plot here. Jared's got some nice trail camera pictures, some nice bucks. Hoping to get one tonight.
Hopefully this guy's got the luck tonight. We'll see. You want to switch me hats and wear my lucky hat?
No, this is a lucky hat.
Is it?
Brand new.
Okay.
Break it in. Seriously? You want me to tell you what deer that is? Better be a big one.
It's a very big one. It's the biggest one I got a picture of this year. It's the Jerry Hill buck, Dad.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes,
Sure.
it is. I'm 1000% positive. Nice go.
He's laying down.
Is he?
Yeah.
You nailed him. We got him. Nice shooting, Tex.
Big buck down.
Love it. How's that feel?
Yeah, that's muzzleloader.
Good thing you didn't switch me hats.
No, that's the lucky hat now.
Yeah. Come on down, Jason. You're about to go see a big deer.
That's a lucky stand.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Right there.
You sure? Nice. Pick his rack up if you can. No way.
Yep, tail.
Oh my God, are you serious? How is that even possible?
Before the shed. Before shed.
Of 2008?
Yeah.
Just so happened to be connected to that deer.
Can you believe it? Walking up to this deer, the thing we find out, he shed his antler as he fell. I kept the camera rolling, then all of a sudden we went to see where the bullet hole actually hit. Pop!
Well, we're really gonna have to do some fixing. Man, he must have had a rough run or something, huh?
It's off to Walmart the next morning. Whatever the case may be, we're buying it all to make sure that we can put this deer back together to take the photos. Super glue does not work. Fishing string does not work. Super glue and fishing string, no success. So after 3 strikes, we're gonna put spikes in this deer's head, drill holes in the antlers, and put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I can say. 36 years, finally got me a big one. The reason Jason and I and Justin are connected to this sport, sure, we're here on video with Mark and Terry, and we thank them for that, but I really, at the bottom of my heart, thank Dad, because that's why we're sitting here. He lit a fire in us way back when, and now that gets to come full circle, and Dad gets to enjoy my farm. What a story. Reconyx photos, maximum biologic field. I can't tell you how enjoyable this experience is. We're having a blast. We are. It's one we're gonna remember forever. Thanks, Dad. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Opening day monster on the ground here in Iowa.
Great ending to a full season jam-packed with giants galore. What a year we had, kicking it off in January with the wood chips just a-flying. Then the antlers were dropping like acorns in March as we gathered them up as quickly as they fell. Unfortunately, Mother Nature unleashes her wrath, humbling us along the way. All the while, we are monitoring her gifts sprinkled throughout the countryside with our Reconyx cameras. The cameras unlock the storyline as we start whacking them out west. Then, September turned out to be phenomenal. October was much like years past, productive as well.
I'm so happy we found him.
On to November. The madness continued. Ah, sweet, sweet November never lets us down.
We just smoked him.
We really can't emphasize how deer hunting is emulated throughout this entire month in true Drury fashion. December arrives, affording us the luxury of late season with some guaranteed slams to close out the year.
Now we get to celebrate tonight.
Much painstaking time has been spent and many back-breaking days afield.
That is the buck I have hunted all season.
But my, is it all worth it as giant after giant lay beaten by the Drury team.
I just killed the biggest deer in my life.
All in all, Whitetail Madness once again lives up to the name.
I am cranked. Beautiful deer.
It is a madness, one that's an absolute joy and delight. Feelings that you cannot achieve anywhere else on earth.
Give me 5, Slick. You just shot Thriller.
We hope that you've enjoyed this production. It was created for you.